Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're doing another episode of Guess the Rank. It's been over a month, so I'm really excited to take a look at your meta replays, these 7.30B games, and to see if whether or not you guys have figured out the patch, or if you're still super lost. But nonetheless, without further ado, if you don't know what this is and you're new here, that's kind of cringe, but I'll explain it to you anyway. You guys submitted your clips to me through the YouTube community tab. Then I look at your match ID, and based upon your gameplay without knowing your rank beforehand, I try to guess your rank. And let's get into it. By the way guys, if you want to become absolutely broken, well, what you need to do is sign up to the gameleap website down below right now. The reason why you should do that is because every single day we post a new video there. Content that you simply just will never get on YouTube, we post every single day to the website. It's really top tier stuff. I'm very proud of what I make over there. We also have other creators, many of my great friends who are top tier Dota players, creating guides about different heroes, different roles, different items, skill builds, talent builds, everything you need to know to get to the next rank. So if you feel a little bit lost, you're a little bit stuck, click the link down below. I'll see you guys there. And now let's get into the video. So for our first contestant today, we have Zutu Megamun. I have no idea what that means, but we're playing some Pangolier. Pangolier is definitely one of the best mid laner, off laner supports. Literally any role right now. You could probably play him as safe lane, not kidding. And so yeah, we're going to be doing a mid lane Pangolier team fight breakdown. And let's see what we got. So very interesting build coming out here. He's got a Mage Slayer. In this game in particular, I think it's okay. I think it's okay if SF is magical, which he is. All right, yeah, it makes some sense. Honestly, I can kind of get behind it. It's weird, but it makes some sense. Nonetheless, let's look at our first fight of the game. So you got Treads 1. This is definitely one of those builds where you do want to look to sneak in right clicks. So I'm curious to see how you'll implement that in these team fights, as that's always kind of one of those things about Pango. Can you find a good shield crash that allows you to hit people when you go, well, right click items? All right, so as this fight breaks out, let's see what you do right and see what you do wrong. So Monkey King goes in. Okay, so first things first, bad swashbuckle, right? Why is this a bad swashbuckle, guys? It's a bad swashbuckle because this could potentially get you chain stun. And that's like a big thing to think about in Dota. Even if, like, let's say this game they have no AoE stuns, I still wouldn't really like this swashbuckle because I would always want to put myself in a position where, let's say they're going on this treant, I can't accidentally get hit by a Sand King stun, a Lina stun, a Jakiro stun, a Ravage, a Black Hole. And yes, with swashbuckle you do need to get somewhat close, but definitely not like this. Does that make sense? So this is a really bad habit everybody needs to get out of on every single hero that has some way to get close to people. You have to be very careful about going near your teammates who are getting initiated on. So yeah, definitely not a good start. Thankfully, you didn't get hit by the ice path, but you get the point. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. You slow him down with a W. Oh, I don't know why you rolled like that. So that this to me just looks like you don't play a lot of Pango. Hopefully you don't. Okay, I guess you have, like, this level. The reason why I say that is you should just bounce off the wall here. That you definitely wouldn't want to go in a circle. You would want to bounce off here and hit him. Only because I'd be much more interested in chain stunning Monkey than considering zoning the backline. Oh, no. And he kind of got off his ulti as a result, so this ulti is going to obviously hurt you quite a bit, and your team in general. Once again, bad swashbuckle. So, yeah, this fight in general, just like mechanical mistakes that are going to add up and get you killed. Because the duration it takes you to kill this Monkey King absolutely changes how the fight plays out. And so when you go on him here and you kind of... that's pretty funny. When you go on him here and you, like, obviously did not chain stun him, now he gets his ulti off, that basically kills your treant. It does a bunch of damage to you. And obviously you just messed up the chain stun in general, right? Like, you kept going in circles instead of bouncing off the wall. And then you pop your W here, which is fine, right? That's fine, that's correct. And then you swashbuckle, it should be like this. You could have had like a literal 4-man swashbuckle here. And honestly, with this 54% resistance, I 100% want you to just man up. I want you to W, swashbuckle, man the frick up. 54% damage reduction, man up. But you like swashbuckle to here. It's like, what? You gotta hit everybody. You bought a Mage Slayer, you know? So, honestly, overall, like, yeah, just very bad mechanics in this fight, just keeping it real. So, definitely getting lower rank vibes even here. Like, it kind of just keeps happening and happening. And that's reality, you know? If you're trying to get MMR, you just cannot make these mistakes. This swashbuckle, I guess, wasn't that bad. But once again, like, you want to try to just, like, hit multiple people if you can, if you have the opportunity. Especially, once again, if you go something like this that benefits from hitting multiple people. A Maelstrom, a Mage Slayer, something along those lines. But okay. Swashbuckle. Okay. Yeah, so All right, let's go on to the next fight. Moving on to our next engagement, this is a tier 1 push. First thing I would say is your CS is definitely pretty low, so keep in mind how much you're pushing in lanes. Pangolier has some of the best wave shove in the game, so if your CS is ever below 150 at 20, it's not the end of the world if you're getting a lot of kills, which you sort of have, but just always be cognizant of the fact that, you know, shoving waves is good. Right, fight breaks out, once again, this is just horrible. You gotta stop doing that. Guys, vision and like the place in which you put yourself is so important. It's so important. You cannot just blind swashbuckle into no vision. You might get bursted. The whole point of Pango is that this hero's squishy AF, but it doesn't die because it has mobility and damage reduction. But if you play like this, you're basically saying, yep, fucking just kill me. Just kill me. Just end my life. You cannot swashbuckle like this. You're not the initiator. You're only the initiator if you bought initiator items like an Aeon disc, right? And then maybe you could like psycho in like this, right? To provide vision. This is not your job. So definitely did not like that swashbuckle. Don't blind swashbuckle. That one was extremely questionable as well. Sniper was already clearing the wave. They might TP in because you guys are pushing. You don't want to be in the middle of the wave in vision. Does this make sense, guys? You don't want to give the enemy the opportunity to burst you. If you are a mid laner who does a shit ton in the fights and you give the enemy team a chance to burst you, they should burst you, right? You do back up here, which is good. Just like, keep in mind, the small gaps that you give can always be the reason in which you die. Okay, once again, not a huge fan of that swashbuckle. Thankfully, it didn't get you punished, but yeah. Okay, good roll. Nice. Onto the Mirana. Oh, what? 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 What the hell? Oh, shit. God damn. Okay. All right, you got her eventually. You got it. All right. Well, I'm ready to guess your rank. I definitely think like this isn't that low. I don't think it's like Herald, but I think it's probably just like a little bit above that. Your spellcasting and positioning has a lot of work to go because you kind of just like put yourself in consistently bad positions and then do not have the best spellcast. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, so don't feel bad about yourself. You should feel good because it's like, oh, if I fix it, I'm gonna get a lot of rank, and you will. But all right, yeah, I'm gonna say Guardian 4. That's my honest opinion, and let's check it out. And you are, oh, you are way higher. Uh-oh, did I guess way too low? Oh shit. Oh fuck. I'm sorry, man. Brother, I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe that's a little. I mean, your CS is definitely better than a Guardian. I probably should now that I can like have some hindsight. That was probably. I apologize, my man. You just got to work on your like positioning and spellcasting. Everyone does, but all right, let's get into the next guy. I apologize. Next up on the list, we have Ronkish Bonk. A very nice name. Very, very cool. Is that one of those? Okay, never mind. I was going to say something stupid. Disregard me. But not unless you're playing Lich. And what we're going to be looking at in this Lich clip is we're going to watch a bit of the laning stage. I want to do that because I think Lich is a very good meta position 5 right now. But he's primarily good for the fact that he's a heavy lane dominator. I want to see if you take advantage of that and how you take advantage of that. And then we'll look at one team fight at minute 18. And let's get into it. By the way, if you guys haven't liked the video yet, it wouldn't mean the world if you could like the video. It will also tell me that you guys want more guest of ranks. So if we get this guest of rank to 2,000 likes, which I know is a lot, but if we get this to 2,000 likes in the next week, I will make another guest of rank next week. Okay, so getting into the laning stage, the first thing is like a lot of position 5s kind of have to play like a wuss, right? So what I mean by that is let's say you're an AA. AA doesn't necessarily want to trade 1v1 unless like the position 4 is mega weak. Honestly, that's usually not the case. And so Lich is a hero where like you can go here. If you like your position 4 matchup, it's like a low armor hero like Skywrath who has boots. I would walk here and just start like nuking and autoing the poop out of him, right? If it's like a clock, you might need to be a little bit more cautious or something like that, right? Like maybe it's a Sand King Mirana lane. Maybe you don't want to go like here because they could chain stun you, right? But in a lane like this, yes, they could go on you if they have like Celestial Hammer. She took her Starbreaker, which seems horrible, but oh my god, this is not high anymore. I feel like they both took the wrong spell. Nonetheless, what you need to do immediately is just look to nuke auto attack. So like the fact that you're running away here already just gives me low MMR vibes. I'm just being honest because like you have to just play around your timing. And I know it's like when people hear that, they're like, what timing? Literally just level 1. Level 1's your timing. Some heroes are just good at level 1, right? So like, if you're not running straight at this guy, auto-attacking him, Qing, and then auto-attacking again to maximize your damage and slow, then you're playing wrong. Like, you're literally running away on full HP, full mana. When are you gonna do anything? Huh? When's the right time? So yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, it's 45 seconds in, you didn't nuke this guy. I probably would have casted 2 nukes and like 5 to 6 autos by now. Does that make sense, guys? Like, you gotta play around these things. Like, literally, you have not hit this guy. You have not thrown an auto attack or a nuke, and we're a minute in. You just will not gain rank if you play Lich like this. It's like playing Undying and not decaying. It makes no sense. You're missing the entire point of the hero, or not the entire point, but a huge point of the hero. Like, yeah, you're just missing it. So, and that nuke, not terrible. Like, I'm glad that you're at least nuking, but like, try to like hit, nuke, hit. Because when you do that, then you can use the attack speed and movement speed slow of Frost Blast to essentially win the trade over time, right? Basically, your second and third auto attacks will often go unpunished because you've slowed them and their attack speed. So just keep that in mind. When you nuke right away, you lose some value in auto attacks more often than not. But yeah, okay, that's my main gripe at this lane. You're literally just AFK, bro. Like, I don't know why you're pinging Drow. Like, guys, focus on yourselves. Brother, I can tell you're like 2K, okay? I can tell you're 2K and you're pinging Drow. Unless this is your friend and you're trying to help him, in which case I apologize. And, you know, more power to Guevito Sandia and you, Ronkishpa. If you're just trying to help him and, like, tell him where to be, that's fine. But you need to focus on yourself, especially if this is some rando who you don't know, who you're never going to play with again. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. How are you going to win the lane? You're AFK. You bought 3 mangoes and 2 clarities for 2 minutes in, and you're not even close to needing to use them. You also haven't, like, considered unblocking the pole, which you did now. Okay, good. Obviously, you could have done that much earlier. But yeah, that's the point. Like, okay. Nuke. Alright. Alright, we'll watch, like, another 20 seconds of this, then we'll move on to the fight. Okay, not the best positioning. You like, looks like you're trying to take a bite out of Skyrath's booty, but, you know, like, when you go in here, once again, you canceled your auto, which is not great. You nuked. And then, like, you walked in melee range for no apparent reason. Just keep hitting. Just, like, hit. And you want to stay as far away as possible so you can keep hitting. Because when you get too close, then you have to stop hitting because you have to be afraid of dying. Which is why positioning makes you do more damage. Alright, so apparently the team fight's coming up here. You are definitely poor AF. Oh, nice D-ward. What? Oh, okay, good. No, don't D-ward a sentry. Don't D-ward a sentry. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh. Why would you... It's just a sentry. It doesn't do anything. Unless you have, like, a bounty hunter or something, or a Ricky. Why would you use your last sentry when a fight might break out with a clinks in it to D-ward a sentry? Nah. God damn. People, like, support players, I literally think get, like, boners just to D-ward sentries. I swear to God. Alright, fight breaks out. You TP bottom here. That's kind of it. You didn't even look. You just TP'd in. It seems pretty bad. Ult? Okay, I mean, it's definitely gonna end up being a good ult. I will say that this is, like, generally just not a good thing when you have to, like, in the mid to late game, TP in to save someone in a side lane. Typically, this is what causes your team to go in 1 by 1 and feed. Obviously, it can depend, per circumstance, but generally, this is not good. You didn't even look. Like, this is just some, like, real, just, like, psycho shit. You're just like, yeah, I have no idea what's happening. I'm gonna TP in. Someone's probably dying. I'm a support. I should be there. Like, it's not, like, terrible, but it was a bit psycho, for sure. And then, like, this guy's 1 HP and you still bothered to W him, which was definitely not correct, but... Okay, you got your ulti off. You didn't get your Q off, which is not great, but... Yeah, I can tell this is low more. I'm just gonna be real. Even that decision was just low. I don't know if I'm explaining this in the best way possible, but hopefully you guys can see what I'm saying. If you don't know what's going on and you TP, it's generally not going to be a good idea, right? Like, there are cases where that is the case because someone specifically says TP, I like TP. But even then, a lot of people just, like, call for TPs when they're dying, even when they shouldn't be saved. Once again, this fight worked out. It looks like it worked out. Yeah, it worked out, so that's great. You just got to be careful about that. But alright, Legion says, I'll take it in all chat. You type well played. You also have 1,700 gold. I don't know what you're planning on buying. 4 staff seems great. You should have had the fluffy hat for the last probably 10 minutes, but not bad. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna guess your rank. I'm gonna say Guardian 3. I know I'm guessing low today, but this one definitely is lower than the Pango. I feel like Pango is casting his spells a lot better. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say Guardian 3. Is this too low again? Is this like Legend? No way this is Legend, right? Okay, alright. You're Herald, okay. I feel less bad now, which one are you? Okay, Herald 4. Hopefully you get what I'm saying, man. Like, guys, please don't take it as coincidence why you're in the rank that you're in, right? Like, I could tell literally just from what you're... And I even said you were 2K, but I was kind of just trying to be nice because I was afraid from the last clip. Let's get into the third one. Cast your shit. You just gotta cast your shit. Next up, we have Juggernaut Blanc et Noir. What does that mean? I would try to guess. I think it's like French, but nonetheless, you're playing the Juggernaut, and you said, laning phase, how do I maximize pressure when the enemy is a solo offlaner? That's a great question. We'll talk about that. Mostly, I just came into a team fight to get off the Omni Slash at 22 minutes, okay. And then we'll finally look at a Roshan Pit team fight at 34:45. I'm doing Roshan because I want to team fight, because my basher is up. All right, we'll take a look at these things, see if you have the right ideas, or if you don't. Okay, so the first thing to consider, I thought you said it's solo offlaner. It doesn't look like a solo offlaner situation, but I will address it nonetheless for everyone. If you are ever against a hero that you can kill really easily, or they're just simply alone, and so it's a 2v1, and so it's a good matchup, you want to rush boots. Boots are the item that you generally buy if the lane is either extremely good or extremely bad. Especially on a hero like Juggernaut that inherently trades well. He has really good base attack time, good base armor, good base damage, good base movement speed, and of course one of the best level 1 abilities in the game. Then buying boots on Jug early in any sort of like decent or good matchup is very common, if not standard. And so, yeah, keep that in mind on Juggernaut. Boots early if you're in a 2v1 is the way to go. Is this a double core matchup? Oh no. Stinky. All right, let's see what goes on. Even though it looks like this is kind of a weird game to send, considering there's 2 carries, but all right. When is there even a solo offlaner? Is this a prank? Do you prank me, bro? Where's the solo offlaner? Oh, DK started jungling? What the hell? What is this game? What is this? You have 2 safe laners, they have 2 offlaners. Don't people just usually roll queue? Right? Is this, I mean, surely this is not like top immortal where roll queue is not a thing, right? This is definitely not top immortal. But okay, yeah, big things I would say. This one makes absolutely no sense. Even if DK was in lane, they don't spam spells, so like you definitely do not want to upgrade straight to wand. You would want to get your boots as soon as possible. I would also buy a mango, and I would look to put pressure. So let's say this Bloodseeker is here. The way you would bully him out is 2 ways. You would rush the boots like I talked about. So essentially you and your position 5 would want to run at him at the same time. When you're not running at him at the same time and your position 5 is doing something like pulling or just, you know, jerking off in the trees, what then you do is you focus on denies. What a lot of people do wrong in situations where they're against a solo offlaner is they always try to put pressure on them and they always try to kill them. The best thing you can do when you're against a solo offlaner, which you can't really do when a void is auto-attacking the creeps and you're auto-attacking the creeps, but usually what you would do is you would focus largely on pulls and denies because they cannot contest it. The biggest part of Dota, even in a 2v2, is being able to get off denies and pulls. So in a 2v1, you should be able to do that constantly, and that's how you win lanes in Dota. And you just get to do that more in a solo lane, right? So focus less on pressure, focus more on denies and pulling. In a lane like this, honestly, what you're doing, considering you have another carry who can't help you bully, is totally fine. To shove the lane in jungle is actually funny enough good in my opinion here, so I can actually get behind what you did. Yeah, honestly, this is kind of surprising. Like, considering how bad this game, like, theoretically is, I like what you did. Obviously, optimally, you'd be able to bully out this Bloodseeker because he's alone, but, like, considering the fact that he, you know, ended up not being fully alone, this is good. Like, no joke, not bad. I like the adjustment here. You're jungling, you're giving Void some space, you showed up to a fight, got a kill. Pretty good. Okay, next up on the list, yeah, you're even pretty farmed. I feel like this has got to be, like, somewhat high MMR, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's not. I never know nowadays. I don't know. Let's keep going. So you show up to the fight. Okay. I mean, honestly, this Omni Slash ends up being really good. Yeah, that was like close to being really bad, ended up being really good. I don't know if you knew it would work out like that, but if that was your read, then yeah, it was good. But okay, fine, that was a good play. I guess that's all you wanted me to watch. That was good. Okay, so we're 34 minutes into the game here. Oh no. Oh god, what is this? Dude. Okay, so I'm glad you asked a question about this though, so like respect to you, you know, like for real. Like respect to you for asking a question about this, because this is how you get better, right? I get what you're saying here. It's like 34-45, I'm doing Roshan because I want a team fight because my basher's up. Yeah, I can totally get behind this. I'm sure you're like top net worth. Yeah, you're top net worth. You and your Void are both high net worth, which is hilarious. That's when people are like, I can't win because I have 2 carries. It's like, all right, man. Sure, man. That's the only reason you get. Yes, it's a great. Okay, let's get into the fight. But nonetheless, the problem with this play is what? It's what? Do I like Roshaning? Yes, you guys know I love it. But it's gotta be based off something. It's gotta be based off something. Now here, what you said it was based off is the basher. I get it. You're strong. But, does a basher make up for no Abaddon? Or a hoodwink that's not that close? No. You gotta make sure your team's with you if you're gonna go for Roche. This is a massive, massive risk. Even if it ends up working out, because most people just don't check Roshan, it's a massive, massive risk to take Roshan when literally the majority of your team is not even close. Now, yeah, it works out great, which is why, like, 9 times out of 10 in pubs, you can just Roche. People just forget it exists. But like, yeah, just be careful. That's all. So let's look at this fight that happens right outside of Roche as the spin is bugged. So you spin in. Okay, I would have went for Disruptor and just tried to kill off the Disruptor. Honestly, it's a very risky spin to commit to. Same thing here. Your map awareness kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it just kind of sucks. Unless you think you can 1v9 these guys, which, like, you kind of can. You're not gonna kill this DK, but you just can't really, like, YOLO spin here. And then the spin is just weird. Like, why did you like spin towards the enemy base and like stop doing damage to the Disruptor and the Bloods? I just don't understand this spin decision at all. It makes literally no sense. Like, you went towards the enemy team's base. Omni Slash is like not great either, because it's on their like 2 tankiest heroes, but I get why you did it, because you had no spin. Oh shit, are you stuck? Oh no. Okay, so yeah, all in all, basically what I'd say to you, Blancanor, I'm gonna, honestly, I know this seems weird because, like, you're doing a lot right. Dude, what is this spin? How are you so bad at spinning? Everything else is so good. What? Everything was fine, except, like, your ability to team fight is, like, beyond confusing. Like, what is this? Just, you're, like, clicking on the minimap. Just, like, click on it. Where are you clicking? Click on the Disruptor. What? This is literally just a battle of, like, I happen to have a shit ton of net worth, therefore whatever I do ends up working out, but, like, dude. Okay, yeah, I mean, once again, I don't want to say that low, like the other clip, like the Pango clip, because, like, your farm is pretty good. I think your items are solid. I like them. The Roshan play was not a good play, but it worked out. That team fight was very questionable, but it worked out. Yeah, okay, I want to say Legend 1. I'm going to say Legend 1. My highest guess of the day, yeah, I don't know. All these cores make me think it's lower, but let's get into it. And you are... Holy shit, you're Guardian. What? Are you a Smurf? Alright, maybe you're not, though. You might not be. You honestly could just be like a Game Leap sub, right? Because, like, being level 42 in Guardian 4 is pretty reasonable. Maybe you're just a Game Leap sub, and you're gaining rank really quickly, but I can tell, like, because, like, and that would make a lot of sense to me if, like, maybe you just haven't played that much, but, like, you've been studying the game a lot and watching the vids, because you're doing a lot right. Like, your efficiency is good, you're buying clarities, your build makes sense. However, like, the really difficult stuff that, like, is really hard to, like, learn straight from a video, even though I can teach it, like, the map awareness and shit, it's really hard to implement that in-game, right? Like, paying attention to where's my Abaddon, where's my Dazzle, where's my Hoodwink, right? Like, adjusting based on that stuff is really difficult. So, yeah, that's, like, definitely a big thing I would work on if I was you, because to me, it kind of just looks like you're just YOLOing in when you're strong and hoping for the best, which is, like, a good start, but not a great finish. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. I really honestly enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. I really love making guest rank from time to time. It's been a hot minute since the last one, so, you know, I'm glad to be doing this again. And yeah, 2,000 likes, I'll make another one. I'll see you guys there, and I'm out. Peace. And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the Game Leap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.